A massive fire broke out at the NH plant in Mubarakpur today afternoon after a boiler exploded, triggering panic among workers and people in the surrounding area. And the incident took place around noon when routine work was underway at the plant. Well, at the time of the accident, around 40 workers were reportedly present inside the facility. Fortunately, all of them managed to escape safely and no injuries or casualties were reported. Well, according to the information available, everything was proceeding normally at the plant when a sudden and powerful explosion took place in one of the boilers, and the blast was strong enough to create panic among the workers. And as soon as the explosion occurred, the workers realized that a serious accident had taken place and immediately rushed towards safer areas and exited the plant. Shortly after the explosion, a fire broke out inside the facility and the flames reportedly engulfed a large portion of the plant while smoke spread through the premises. The sudden blast followed by the fire created a chaotic situation with workers scrambling to get out of the facility as quickly as possible. Well, the priority at that moment was to ensure the safety of everyone inside the plant, and workers who were present inside the facility were evacuated from the premises. And despite the intensity of the fire and the initial panic caused by the boiler explosion, the evacuation was completed without any reported injuries. The fire brigade was informed immediately after the incident. Firefighting teams reached the plant with fire engines and began operation to control the blaze. Firefighters faced the challenge of containing the flames and preventing the fire from spreading further across the facility, and fire brigade personnel worked for a considerable period in order to bring the situation under control. Water was used to douse the flames, and firefighters continued their efforts until the fire was completely extinguished, and after sustained firefighting operations, the blaze was eventually brought under control. The fact that around 40 workers escaped safely has provided major relief to the plant management and local administration, and no death or injuries have been reported in connection with the incident so far. Considering the reported intensity of the boiler explosion and the size of the fire, the safe evacuation of the workers was a significant relief. However, while there were no reported human casualties, the incident may have caused considerable damage to the plant's machinery, raw materials, equipment and other infrastructure. A detailed assessment of the damage is currently underway. Officials and plant management are expected to inspect the affected areas to determine the extent of the loss. The exact cause of the boiler explosion is not yet known, and an investigation has been initiated in order to determine what led to the blast and how the fire subsequently spread through the plant. Authorities are expected to examine the boiler and other equipment that is involved in the incident, along with the plant's safety systems and operating procedures. The investigation will be important in establishing whether the explosion was caused by a technical failure, a pressure-related issue, an equipment malfunction or another factor. Officials will also examine whether all the required safety protocols were being followed at the time of the incident. And the incident has once again drawn attention to industrial safety, particularly at facilities where boilers, high pressure systems and other heavy machinery are used. Such equipment requires regular inspection, maintenance and strict adherence to safety standards, because a malfunction can result in a powerful explosion and rapidly spreading fire. And for the workers at the NH plant, the immediate priority was getting everyone out safely, and the fire brigade's timely response helped prevent the blaze from causing further damage and ensure that the situation did not escalate. And as the investigation continues, authorities will assess the exact circumstances surrounding the explosion and determine the extent of the damage that is caused by the fire. Plant officials are also expected to review their safety arrangements and take necessary measures before normal operations resume. And for now, the major relief is that all the approximately 40 workers present at the plant at the time of the accident were able to evacuate safely. There have been no reports of injuries or fatalities, while the focus remains on determining the exact cause of the boiler explosion, assessing the damage and ensuring that such an incident does not happen again. Further details are expected as the investigation progresses and officials complete their assessment of the affected plant. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.